Hello friends and welcome back. And today we will be discussing about Plotly animation chart, how to add these in your data. And the special credit goes to one of our viewers who wanted this video to be uploaded. So thank you so much. And I shall now start. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to first of all install Plotly and you have to upgrade it because it will not run. And this Plotly package has been updated to Chart Studio. That means its name has been changed. So what you do is you in your Jupyter notebook you write here pip install Plotly and upgrade. So it will start this collecting Plotly and downloading and everything. When it is done, it will say that you restart your kernel to update the packages. So you close this and go again and restart your same kernel. Then just import Plotly and see the version of it. It's 4.6. Then what you do is import this Chart Studio. So for that you have to first of all, next thing is you have to exclamation mark pip install Chart Studio. So that's what you will do here, pip studio, and when you will start downloading this thing, it will again be downloaded. Now and after this what you do is you import this. So when it has been downloaded you import this, and then let us come to our visualization. Then these are the basic libraries which have to be downloaded, imported in your Jupyter notebook. So it is Chart Studio.plotly.spy, and from Chart Studio grids, I'm taking grid and column because that is what you use for plotting. And from Plotly.figure factory as FF, Plotly.graph objects as Go. Right? Alright. Then pandas as PD for your reading the CSV file and performing various operations on it, and import time. Right. Then this data is an Excel file. So where would you get this data? So you go on this Kaggle account and what you do is you go on this data. I'll provide this link in the description box. You go and download this and this will be downloaded. So when you download this data, what happens is you have to upload a file here in your working directory. Upload a file here and this would be uploaded as an XML file. This is the extension of this file, and you can see this WDI World Development Indicator file .xlxs, and this is the extension of Excel. So what happens is we have to read this file in our data set in our Jupyter notebook. So Pandas has this utility of reading this Excel file also. So we in a data frame we will store this data pd.read underscore Excel and the name of your file, right? And then you hit df.head and you see the first 5 entries by default. And what all do we have here? You can just have a look that we've got country name, status, code, year, GDP, your health expenditure per capita, domestic government health expenditure per capita, then private health expenditure, population, life expectancy, government expenditure on education, continent. So this continent is important because now we'll be doing our data, we'll be analyzing it with the help of this continent. It becomes far more easier. Now, what you do is you see the last entries also here. And we see here various null values which are not required. And you go ahead and see the shape of the data. It is 203, 12. So now what happens is you check the null values, and how do you check it? df.isNull.sum, and we see that there are various null values in all the columns. So what I do is I drop these null values because it's no use of filling it. You can fill it if you want, but I'm dropping it. So when you drop it, just check it again that yes, these have been dropped. Next we go on to checking the unique value of countries. I want to know how many unique countries are there. So what I do is I create an object called CN. In that I go in my data frame in the column country name and I find the unique values of it. So this is where what I get the unique values of the country. So you've got Afghanistan, Ethiopia, Malawi, Nepal, etc. And you see that there are not total of 196 countries, but there are less countries, and we are given the data of these countries. Now, why is it so much of data? We'll see this now. So what I did was df country name, you did the value counts, and you've seen that each country has 4 entries. Okay, like Vietnam has 4 entries, Georgia has 4 entries. Now, why repeated entries? Let's see this. So you see that the total country name is count is 196, and each country has 4 entries in it. Now, what do you do is you go ahead and see the year. So you see the value count of the year, and it is 49, 49, and these are 4 years. So each country has like 4 years data, and that's why we have got each country four times, right? So 2010 you've got 49 countries, all right. 2018 49 countries. So all these are 49 countries having their data on in these four respective years. Okay. Now we come to continents. So you find out the continents which are there. So it's Africa, Asia, South America, North America, Europe, and Oceania. Okay. Next we come to, you can plot also if you want. Now what you do is df.unique if you want to find out how many unique value of years are there. So this is coming in a form of an array, and that is what it does. It's 1990, 2000, 2010, and 2018. So there are 4 years and 49 countries, and we have got the data and we have to visualize it. Now this is what I tried creating, a cross table kind of a pivot table, wherein you group these countries in a form of years, and according to the continents you get the population. So it's somewhat a little messy, so we're not going to that. Next we come to Plotly. Okay, this is what we are waiting for. Now we come to one of the feature called scatter. So Plotly has this scatter feature wherein I'm taking my DF, and in x-axis I'm plotting the GDP per capita, and in y I'm plotting the current health expenditure per capita. You can take anything here, but I'm taking this current health expenditure here. Then this animation frame is important because this will show me the magic what happens here. And this is year here, and animation group I've taken the country name, the population, the size is population, the color is the continent which you can see here, and the hover name is country, as you can see this here. Now you can set these ranges and maximum size and all. Now let's see what it does. This animation frame, when you play it, this goes a little faster. I'll play it again, just see how these bubbles move, and we'll hover over them. I'll stop it in each year. Okay, play and I stop it. Fine. So in 2000 you can see that Albania here, continent Europe, you can see the year, GDP, its current health expenditure, and the population. Similarly, you can see here this country is, the continent is South America, and it is not showing me the country, it is just showing me the continent. Alright, here you can see continent, but I can, okay, but the hover is not showing me the country name. The country name is there. Okay, Afghanistan, you can see here India. So India at the time of 2000 its GDP was 443 point something, and its current expenditure, health expenditure, was very low as per the GDP, and you can see the population also. So let's move our pane and we play this and we stop it. Okay, it moved up quite fast. We came to 2018. I'll play it again, and okay, 2010. So here India is, and it moved ahead in the GDP and in also in population also, and in current expenditure of health also. And you can similarly, examine various these bubbles and go ahead and see the details of it. So I'll play it again for you and look how this bubble moves. Okay, how fast it is. Next we come to another feature here, bar. So you can plot it in kind of bar also, and here you take this DF, and in X you take the continent. Okay, X-axis you have continent, all the continents, Asia, Africa, South America, North America, Europe, and Oceania, and the color is continent. And then in the X-axis, and here you've got population. So according to population they have been grouped here, and bar has been created. What is exciting feature about Plotly is that it gives you very interactive tool of seeing the continent, and it is not static as per our bar charts and offered by Seaborn and Matplotlib. So this is a utility of using Plotly, that when you strike your arrow over this, the hover will appear and it will show you the details, whatever you want to see. It will show you the year, it is showing that it's 2018, it is showing the population of Asia as a continent, how it rose over the years, Africa, how it rose over the years. Though this data set is not very representative because it has included only few countries of Africa, and as there are 34 countries, but there are only few countries of Africa which have been included here, and more countries of Asia, and so we see the high growth rate of Asia here. Similarly, it happens with all the respective continents. Now I'll show you the pane. Like we have this animation pane and how does it really work. I play this and you see the size of the bar increasing of all the countries. See it again? Yes. Very minutely for Oceania and North America, but higher for Asia and Africa, that is low and middle income countries, which are growing in population, GDP, and in health expenditure. So there's huge potential in these middle and low income countries. All right. Okay. So similarly, you can just scroll down and you can just sorry for this, and you can just stop on various years. Like suppose 2010, you want to see the population of various, so you can just stop it wherever you want. All right. So this is what the utility of Plotly is. You can make it so interactive that you can play it, pause it, and like that. Okay. So the next is what I have done is I have renamed the column because it was having some problem in reading this life expectancy at birth total years column. It was not recognizing this as column, so I have renamed a few columns which are really long, and I have replaced 4 columns with life expectancy, this government expenditure on education as expenditure EXP on education, private health expenditure on private health expenditure, and so on. So when you see this df dot columns, you see when you run this code with the help of pandas, you can do this, and then when you run this code, you will see all the columns being renamed, and you can similarly see it in your data head. That is government health expenditure, private health expenditure, population is already there, life expectancy is being renamed, and educational expenditure and education. Okay. Now what is this? This is a very long code and I'm not gonna explain it here because I'll just give you a brief outline. I've created a list of containers and of the year also and of continents also, and for the making the figure and plotting it. I'll show you the output of it. The code you can get it from here if you want. Okay. So what you do is you fill most of the layout, and for this layout x-axis, y-axis, hover mode all have been set here in the form of dictionaries, and this all just goes label, method, animation, and that is what we've been created. Once you go and read this code, you will understand it is very easy, it is not difficult. And what you see again is making the data. I made the data for the year start year 1999, and then for continents and continents because it has to iterate over the continents. So I have made this for loop, and then data dictionary for x and y, and then again make frame for year in years so that it can just iterate for over the years depending on the number of years you have, right? So it will go and iterate. So what is the end result of this is I'm showing you is okay here. And one important point to note is here that x-axis was taken as life expectancy and y was taken as GDP per capita. So life expectancy and GDP per capita, as you can see here over the years, and look at this, that this plane is being repeated, okay, after one complete cycle. So I'll play this and you see this data moving very fast and all the continents are there, and I'll just play it again. I pause it. So when I pause it, it's on 2000. I see this North America, and in this hover I can see the name of the country, and I can see this Costa Rica. I can see this life expectancy and also the GDP. The first 77.45 is the life expectancy, and 3000 something is the GDP. So 3772 is its GDP. You scroll down here and you see this is South Africa, and its life expectancy is low. It's 56 in the year 2000 as compared to Costa Rica, which is 77. It's a North American country. So you can see here Afghanistan at 55, Ethiopia 51, again an African continent, Nigeria, Africa. And you can see here Asia, India 62. And I play it again and I pause it 2018. Okay, they have increased and they are moving ahead. 73, 75, you can see Brazil 75 has reached. Okay, Asian countries are also inching towards high expectancy and GDP growth. That is what we can infer and present in our data. Okay, it speaks a lot, speaks volumes. You don't have to write so much. Next, coming to the interesting part, and that is Pluriprint. That's one of my favorites. Now let's see what happens here. So the magic happens. Now for this I have taken px.chloropeth and df is the data. Location is the code because according to the code you want this country's name to be plotted. So as you can see that the data is not representative, only few countries around the world have been included here and they have been shown by colors. And the color is life expectancy. You can try here different colors. You can try here expenditure on education or private expenditure or whatever it is. So I have taken life expectancy here and the hover name is country name. So you can see here Canada, and again animation frame is being taken here because the main part focuses how to include animation frame in your Jupyter notebook with Plotly, right? So DF is year, and then color continuous series you can take any. I've taken plasma, and here is to delay this speed of the transition scale of this animation frame, and then figure dot show will show you the figure. What it does is I can just show you like this. Okay, so first see the sign changing because this is the graph which you can see here, low expectancy, high expectancy, and just see the graph changing. Focus on only one country and see the graph changing. All right, we just focus here on Ethiopia and see the graph changing. Okay, see Ethiopia. It was blue, that means it was, and see the graph changing. Focus on India and see the graph changing. Okay, and in 2018 it is now 69. Australia 82. These are high income countries. Canada 81. And can you see the code here on the hover displayed very easily? And it is so easy to say also, right? So you can just see this animation pane and you can pause it on 2000 and see this life expectancy in India. Compare it with Pakistan at 62 or the 62.5. Afghanistan it's low, you know. So African countries, Asian countries, you see this Thailand is 70, Malaysia 72, Indonesia 65. So India, Indonesia, okay, doing quite well. All right, 2010 and 18. All right. Next we move on to something more interesting, and here we will see one more thing. Here again locations are code so that you can get demarcated with the code, and then color is population. According to the population these countries country name and their population will be detailed here, and the animation frame over the years. So over the years the country's population how it changed we'll see here, and we see here that 800 million and how it grows. See India, look at India. Okay, now we shall see this magic happens here with all our coding. Okay, all right, we play this and okay, I'll pause it in 2010 and we see that in India it is 1.23 billion. Here it is 34 or something million. Okay, so just it's so self-explanatory, right? Just play it and see the color changing, see that data is changing. Play it and you see, right? Okay, next we come to, see I've done it again because I wanted to see what all can I experiment, and this is luckily the last but not the least video, I mean the plot, and this is saying that you plot it px dot chloroplet, and here you have data df, location is again code, and color is GDP per capita. Now one interesting thing I've added here is hover data. Previously we were just adding hover, and now I experimented with something called hover. Okay, here was just hover name, so we were just getting Canada or something. Now let's check what is this hover data. So we have included this hover data, and this hover data I have taken country name, continent, and expenditure on education. So when you just click on this, you get the entire thing. Okay, you can include more things if you want. You can expand it. You can include more columns in it, and you can just simply examine that. In year 1990, Canada had expenditure on education something like 5.9 of its GDP, and its GDP per capita was 21.44 thousand, right? So this is how you can just represent your data in the year 1990. Again, when you play this animation pane and you see, you can just say that, okay, let's play it and pause it. Okay, so this has been played and play, pause. Okay, so 2000, I say that, and again, its expenditure on education was 5.44, and its GDP increased, right? And then again, if I just go ahead 2018 again it increased, and expenditure also increased. So similarly you can go ahead and examine here, but in like India's GDP was 2000 something in 2018, and what was its expenditure on education. You can include here expenditure on health also. So this is all about hover data, which gives you a lot of information over this hover text. And whenever you scroll down on any country, it will give you so many details, right? And the code is this Brazil, and this name is Brazil. So it is giving you almost all of the information which you had in your data set. You see, you've got Iceland also, and look at the education. It's spending so much on education, 7.23%. See, and when you look at the European countries, they include 7 point something percent, 6 point something, 5, 7%. As you can see, their GDP also is quite huge, right? Quite large. Australia spends 6.33 in, let's see, New Zealand, how much? 7 point, see how much it is. Okay, so this is Malaysia, 4.5. So this data does not include US, Russia, China, the Middle East, or the Spain, Germany, Spain, Portugal. It does not include all these countries, but a very select handy few countries. And the year is also 4 years, so we can just see it again, the change happening in various things. So if you had got more years in this time scale, we could have included it, and it could just have gone, changing the colors over the years. We could have visualized it in Plotly color plot. So go ahead and see this code here. You can just go, and if you really like it, please upvote this, like the video, subscribe and share, and stay tuned for more videos. If you have got any queries and you're facing problem, please write it in the comment section, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you so much.